Okay, the number one thing to pass the GED. So, what am I going to tell you here? So, probably a lot of you are going to be looking for some secret and, some secret formula that you need to know or some secret one thing or method to pass the GED. But quite frankly, even if I had that secret, I would certainly tell you. But what I'm going to tell you is actually even more important, not just for the GED, but in life in general for success. And that word is focus. So before you say, oh, okay, this video's, not going to really help me, I really need you to pay attention, okay, for your benefit, because focus is everything. It really is everything, and it's the number one thing that you're going to need for your GED. If you don't have focus, it's going to be very difficult to pass a GED and do other things. Okay, so how do I know this? Well, I work with a lot of people, thousands of people over the years, getting feedback, going back and forth via email, seeing what it takes for people to pass a GED. I run the website gedmathlessons.com. And plus, I've been a math teacher for 20 plus years. So I've been in education for quite some time. And focus is huge. Okay. And most students, or most people, if they can fix their focus problems, then everything else will come into line. So, what am I talking about? Focus. Now, obviously, you know what that word means. Okay, oh, you need to focus on this. I'm going to focus on, paying my bills right now, or I'm going to focus on, spending time with my friends. But your ability to actually get your mind to develop the discipline of focus is critical. So, what do you have to do? Okay, well, first off, let's talk a little bit more about focus. Focus is your ability, all right? Now we'll just draw a little stick figure here, all right? Right, to basically get everything that's going on in your mind, like to block it out, okay? You got to put yourself in a bubble, if you will, while you're studying, okay? So when you're studying, you're thinking about all this stuff that you're, thinking about. Let's say it's math for the GED or whatever the case is. You have to try to develop the discipline to get all the other stuff out of your head, okay? If you're trying to think about two things at once, you're not going to be effective, all right? And I can tell you the great thing about focus is this: if you have great focus, you can get more done in 20 minutes of high intense focus than it would take you, let's say, for 3 hours of being distracted. So focus is your secret weapon. Okay, it's going to be critical. So how do you develop this habit of focus? Well, you should be working on your focus in everything you do. Okay, so practice it throughout the day, right? So it's like a muscle that you can kind of train. So when you're at, let's say, for example, you're at your job, and let's say you work at like an office situation, and you're sitting down, you're faced with a bunch of paperwork, and probably you don't want to do. If you can get yourself to say, okay, I'm just going to focus for the next 10 minutes, all right, and do it like 10 minutes or maybe even 5 minute increments, all right, and just say, I'm just going to do nothing but just do this task, okay, and really just say, I'm going to block everything out, and I'm just going to just do this thing without thinking about this, that, or the other thing. And you'll find out that, you know what, you get a lot done. Now, it's difficult. Focus is like a laser beam. It's difficult to maintain that high energy focus for long periods of time. That's kind of normal. Not many people can have the sustained focus, for let's say 8 hours straight on one particular thing. Those type of individuals are really, produce extraordinary results. But you can increase your focus. So let's say you start off with 5 minutes of focus, maybe even 2 minutes, okay, and just keep ramping up your time that you're able to focus on one thing and one thing only, okay, and you'll find out that you're going to be so much more effective. You're going to be better at what you're doing. You're going to save time, and you're really going to be able to get the results that you want. And this is what it comes down to the GED, okay? If you're going to sit down and say, okay, I need to take the GED, and you're going to start studying and you don't have focus, then you're going to be spending hours upon hours of thinking about the GED. You're going to be like, well, I'm studying the GED because I have this book in front of me, or, I'm looking at this website. But you're really thinking about this, you're thinking about that, you're thinking about this. and it's not sticking. Okay, the material is really not sticking because you can't be studying with just like with one eye open, or one ear open. So you're better off developing this habit of focus as you're studying the GED. So for example, you're better off, say, studying 10, 15 minutes a day for the GED, where you go into a quiet room and you don't do anything else until you go, wow, that was productive. I didn't cover a lot, but what I did cover, I learned. Okay. And you got to break this up in piecemeal kind of little chunks. All right. It's the reason why we give phone numbers out in with, for example, if I gave you this phone number, 45312679118, well, we don't give phone numbers out that way because we chunk the information. We split things up. We give them up. We give things up like this. So 453-126, then 7918. It's because our mind works better when we kind of chunk the information. All right. It's because our minds need to focus to learn. All right. So you can focus on learning this part. Okay, got that. Then move to the next part. Oh, I got that. And then move to the next part. If you try to focus on learning everything, you're going to have a very difficult time learning it and retaining it. Okay. And with focus, it's also going to come motivation. You're going to see yourself being successful. Like, oh, okay, I got this part down, or I feel good about myself. Let me move on to the next part. Okay, this is good, and you can start seeing an upward trend of progress. Okay, and that's going to keep you motivated. It's going to keep you pumped up, and it's going to get you to your end goal. Okay, so I can guarantee you, your number one problem, if you haven't passed the GED, or even anything else in life, is not because you're not intelligent enough, or maybe there's something out there that's a difficult barrier in front of you. But 9 times out of 10, 99% of the time, it's your focus. Okay, especially if you're focusing more on the problem than the solution. This is what I'm talking about. It's your mental mind state that you need to shift. So evaluate yourself. Say, you know what? Let me see. How is my focus? And think about it during the day. Almost have a little journal. How is my focus today? If you're not doing well, try to study less. Do less, but do it in higher quality um, segments. Okay, go for quality and not for quantity. Okay, all right. So without saying the word focus again, because I know it's getting redundant, I am going to just say it one last time because this is the key. It tops everything else. Everything in success, health, wealth, you name it, is your ability to focus is key. All right. So with that being said, I hope you got something out of this video. Please subscribe. And if you need help with the math section of the GED, please come on over to my website. Then I'll put the link in the bottom of the description of this video. But it's GED Math Lessons.com. Okay, good luck to yourself. Have a great day.